Great food and good-looking bikes. That's the unlikely combination that you will find if you venture into Lakefields in Sungai Besi. I didn't think I'd find something as ultra cool as this myself. And the place has got definitely great charms. And I'm only talking about the cafe. I'm not even talking about the cool girl who runs it. You might know her as the face of this season's campaign, but I want to take a closer step to meet this really, really uber cool rock chick. And so we step into the Ultra Cool Cafe. The whole concept of the Motor Cafe was thanks to the 4 people behind the Abah and Sons name. Mia and her husband Fadil owns the Motor Cafe, whilst legendary bike builder Pak Din and Jeff runs Motorworks. The cafe opened its doors in April and has been thriving since. Okay, so this is a really cool cafe.
Thank you.
And I thought that if you're like a Harley Davidson riding biker chick kind of thingy, you have a free spirit and you want to always be on the road, and yet you're tied down at the cafe. How lah?
I'm not really tied down to the cafe, and the good thing about having a cafe is that others will actually ride to your cafe. So you have to work. I mean, everybody has to work, right?
Yeah.
So at least when I work, I get to mix around with like other bikers and other people in the scene, in the vintage scene. So I am on the road half of the time, and then the other half of the time I'm working, and so my work is like pleasure as well.
Oh, cool. So you get riders coming here? Like
get riders
only
coming
exclusively here. Harleys, or what?
Oh, no. We get all sorts of riders. We have the Lambretta gang, Vespa, we have the Cafe Racer gang, we have the Harley riders, and within those categories there's so many different groups and styles of riding. And then we have the vintage car collectors. We have people that don't even ride or don't even have like vintage stuff. It's just that people who appreciate it. So you get to meet all kinds of people.
So all the bikes and stuff would be parked in front when they do come?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man.
When we had events, we had bikes parked all the way opposite. Yeah, it was full of bikes, and it was really noisy, but people were okay with it. So neighbors are quite fine.
Okay, that's really cool. A true biker's cafe would not be complete without bikes in almost every available space, right? And then you also have not only bikes outside, but also bikes inside.
We have bikes on the floor against the wall, and then we have bikes on top as well on the ceiling.
So whose bikes? What are they doing here?
Some of the bikes
for sale, more importantly.
Some of the bikes are our partner Padin's bikes, Lambrettas and Vespas. So he restores them. Sorry, he restores them, and so he wanted to show what he could do and his skills and all that. And then other bikes are other friends, because we have other friends who are private collectors and who wanted to show their collection in order for people to appreciate it, to learn how to appreciate the vintage items and vintage bikes, and for people to be educated about it. So they generously put their collection.
So this is sort of like a museum lah.
It is.
On loan from ex-donor.
I don't think you can see everything in just one day, or just one time of you come here and having lunch or dinner. You'll have to come several times for you to actually take notice of every item.
But then, you're talking about like vintage bikes and all. Okay, fine. This is like really cool looking.
This is a Harley Davidson.
Huh?
This is a Harley Davidson scooter. Yeah, people don't take notice of it because Harley Davidson, you think about a big V-twin, a chopper and all that.
Yeah.
But no, they actually manufactured one scooter, and
the only one.
Yes.
The only one.
The only one.
Now, amidst all these bikes, the one that would catch the most attention would be Mia's own sexy ride up front. And then, of course, your ride is the one that's always up front. That's like the biggest advertisement about this place, right?
Yes.
It's a Harley. I mean, tell us about the bike.
This Harley is called the Matchmaker.
Is that what it's called?
It is called the Matchmaker, and it was actually Padin's first Harley Davidson project. So I came in as his first customer back then.
Oh, okay.
Me and my husband. So
define back then.
Back then was only like a year plus ago.
Oh, okay.
So that was his first project. That was his first bike. The first Harley Davidson as a customer. Of course, he did Harley Davidsons before, but that was his own. It is my first Harley.
Your first and one and only Harley.
My first and one and only, yes. And
royalty.
So this is my daily transport as well. So we're together every day.
Okay. And then when you ride, what is it like to be riding? You know, tell us about your experience riding here. And where do the bags go?
Me riding. I actually get to think about it every day because, you know, when I ride to work, I live quite far. I live in Damansara Perdana all the way to Sungai Besi, which is a good thing for me because I'm a rider. So it makes me feel like I'm really riding every day. So the feeling for me is, it does take my mind off everything else. It's like I'm apart from all my, you know, all the things that, all the issues or all the worries and all that. At the same time, I'm very connected with everything because when you ride, you know, you feel everything. You feel the wind, you feel the smells, you feel the heat, you feel, you know, the vibrations. So you're very connected to everything around you, and you're very alert, and at the same time you're detached. So it's a very great feeling. It's a great feeling, yeah. And I wouldn't give up riding for any reason. Like it is something that I will never stop will be riding until you know I'm not physically able to do it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's part of me. So you can't take that away from me.
And we certainly don't want to take riding away from you, Mia. It's refreshing to meet a lady who finds thrills and excitement out on the open road just like the rest of us. Ride on. In Gear will be back after these messages.